Commonwealth. Thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Chris Nelson. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. 1 week left for thousands of CW workers. Will there be help coming from Washington? Also tonight, Skymark Airlines planning direct flights from Japan, but they go underwater today. And the governor returns from a meeting with a hotel investor. That meeting held in Japan. In sports, Saipan baseball makes the best with what they got, which isn't much. Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
"48 hours. That's all we get in a week. But those 48 hours, we try to make them last forever. How? By filling in fast with all the right stuff. With a lot of laughter, a little drama, some adventure, and a whole lot of love.
Dad, Mom's here.
It happens pretty quick,
Bye, Dad.
but it's cool. Because the rest of the week, we talk about our plans
You want to go to the beach?
on how to make the next 48 hours last us a lifetime.
Green sea turtles and hawksbill turtles call the Mariana Islands home. They're an important part of the marine ecosystem. They are under threat, and they are protected under CNMI law. Keep plastic out of the ocean. Keep vehicles off the beach. Use the Sea Turtle Stranding Hotline if you see poaching activities or if you see a turtle in trouble. Call 287-8537 and save a turtle.
Hafadeh Terawami and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is September the 23rd, 2019. No word yet from USCIS on an extension for the renewal of CW1 workers in the Mariana Islands. With just 1 week to go, Governor Torres says this morning he is hopeful for more time.
You recently wrote a letter to, I believe, USCIS about the CW issue. Any word from them?
We have one of the concern that they have, and they raised to me a few days ago, is there's a couple thousand applications that have been approved, but that has not been turned in. So we really encourage our local businesses to turn in the application as soon as possible, and that's one of the factors that has been raised by USCIS. The other is the remaining numbers. We ask them to give us another additional time for those applications to be turned in.
Do you think they're going to give us more time?
I hope so, but I don't want to give false hope to anybody. We continue to work hard and acknowledging how important it is to get that extension.
What should business people do if they look like they're not going to make it because they haven't finished the timeline just doesn't work? Should they be making plans to send people home?
They should. They should. We want to acknowledge, we don't want to treat them like, oh, we know about it and not let you know. So if you haven't turned in your application and you don't think you're going to make it, it's better to let them know that you might not be making it so that they're aware, and then to give our employees false hope, and then at the end say, oh, you got to go tomorrow. You want to make them prepare, and if your documents get in on time, then it's good news that you end up staying.
When do you expect to have more information on this issue? We've got a week. This week?
This week.
President of Skymark Airlines came here by air, but this morning he went flying a little bit below sea level.
President of Skymark Airlines, Masahiko Ichie, and members of his executive team are on Saipan this week. This morning, they got a look at one of Saipan's major tourist attractions, the Deep Star submarine. Steve Nutting is one of the submarine owners. Steve, you got the big group from Japan. We're looking forward to these direct flights coming in, and they're on the submarine today. So,
yeah, we're really excited about seeing the Japanese market open up again. Been quiet far too long. We're hoping that this will be the start of something much, much bigger. I know we're just starting with a few charters at this point in time, but regular routes would be much appreciated, and we'll hope this is the start of that.
As all flights do, this one started with a safety briefing, and then a short ride out by boat to the yellow submarine. We pull up alongside of it, and then a quick transfer to the main deck of the sub. It was the first time for Mr. Ichie to ride on a submarine, and after a quick picture, it's down the hatch. Ichikura-san is the representative for the Mariana Islands in Japan. In other words, he speaks on behalf of us. Any last words? No translation needed here. And then it's time to descend into the Tanapag Lagoon. As we head towards coral, we are followed by schools of fish, while piped-in commentary tells us what we are seeing. This is the view of the captain. Not a bad office, is it? The Wi-Fi might be a little slow, but that just means you're more productive, right? No Facebook or Snapchat down here, and I'm going to say this might be the best office in the Western Pacific. While the pilot navigates, the co-pilot gives us an inside look.
As co-pilot, what I do is I monitor to make sure that the thrusters are in the temperature range, that they're operating correctly, and that I do the narration and the music. I also do radio communications with the surface. We have a safety boat that follows the submarine, so I make sure I take care of that. That allows the captain to do the flying. He just kind of makes sure that the submarine is on track, the right speed, we don't touch anything. So we split the duties that way.
After a 45-minute flight filled with fish, coral, and World War II wrecks, we head for the surface where the friendly crew is ready to help.
Everyday exercise, diving, cleaning the towel.
I like because diving, it's good exercise, diving, good for the heart,
Skymark team very happy with their voyage.
Wonderful under the sea.
Oh, thank you.
How about you? What did you think?
Beautiful.
Is that your first time on a submarine?
Yes.
What was your favorite part about the...
sinking ship along that, many, fishes coming along, that's really nice, interesting, And interesting to see, fishes, follow the submarine, moving, swimming to the same direction, all fishes, that's really neat.
You know the secret to that?
No.
What did you think?
Wow, that was great. That was the real Nemo. Yes, the real Disney World. It's fantastic. Sand was just pure white. The water was just absolutely clear, clean, and you could see everything. It was fantastic.
He is in marketing, as you could tell. Governor Torres spent the weekend in Japan in talks with one of Saipan's major investors on a 40-year lease for the Hyatt Hotel in Garapan.
This morning, Governor Torres arrived back in Saipan. The governor traveled to Kobe, Japan, to meet with the present owner of the Hyatt Regency Saipan.
Got the opportunity to meet with him at his hotel and looked at his operations and talked about his lease agreement. And that we are in support of the lease agreement, and I hope that the package that they'll be turning in soon is something that we can move forward and for the next 40 years.
Mr. Nakauchi was here in August for meetings with the Hyatt Management Group and the Secretary of Public Lands.
We've been talking about this land lease extension thing with the Hyatt people and sometimes governor, ex-governor, ex-governor, but maybe at that time people thought there is some more time. So we did not really discuss about precise conditions. But now, 2 years from now, and after the Marianas Resort issue, then now people are more serious about thinking about precise manner how to do this.
Company also runs the Kobe Portapia Hotel and Convention Center. The family initially made their fortune in the grocery business. They got involved with Hyatt Saipan in 1991.
He acknowledged that I was the only first governor to visit Kobe and work with the working partnership. It was important for me to go I even told Mr. Nakauchi that I would like to have public land also go and visit so that we have this relationship and we know who we're dealing with and the support that we're getting from Kobe here in Saipan, and especially our Japanese market. It's really important that we have this relationship and continue to foster that.
Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation has an immunization program that provides many services for the community. Sally Lemus reports.
Immunization is very important here in the Sinamai. It's what keeps illnesses and diseases from spreading.
Immunization is really important regardless you're young or old. There's so many diseases out there, but with the vaccines, we got maybe like 90% of it that we can prevent vaccine-preventable disease through vaccinations.
A vaccine prevents adults from getting certain diseases like?
In the adults, mainly is the flu, the Teta, which is tetanus, and adult Hep B, adult Hep A, and the Shingrix, and the Pneumo 23, which is for people with like pneumonia above 50 years old.
And for children, immunization is a must, as the law requires it, unless otherwise instructed by a doctor not to.
We got some vaccines that from birth to 18 years old, and it's so important for like kids that are going to school to get up to date with their vaccinations, because you never know. It only takes one to spread out the disease among school, and not only to the school, back home to the families.
Sablon says CHCC has a program set up with these schools that provides the vaccines for children every year.
We have a partnership with the PSS. We do it every yearly, beginning of the school year. We try to do some school vaccinations for the required vaccines that the kids need to be, in order to be healthy during their school years.
If an adult or child is looking to get a vaccine, Sablon says all one has to do is walk in. No appointment necessary.
Just walk into our clinic. We don't require appointments. Just come in with, date of birth, name of the person, and from there we have the system. It will tell us like what vaccine they need at the current age.
Vaccinate before it's too late. Reporting for KSPN, I'm Ashley McDowell.
Ashley McDowell reporting there. Coming up, counting turtles, what a job. We dig up that story after the break.
Get the phone plan you're looking for at IT&E. Stay connected with the strongest, widest, and most reliable network in the Marianas. Stream, share, play, shop, and surf the web with super fast 4G LTE data. Whether you need just a few gigabytes of data to get by, or if you want to go further with unlimited data, there's a plan for you. You'll always get the best price. Visit any IT&E store or call us to learn more. IT&E. Explore your world.
Our reefs are very important because numerous species and people depend on them for food and protection. However, they are vulnerable to our changing oceans, which absorb about 25 to 30% of the world's carbon dioxide emission. This extra carbon lowers the pH of the ocean water, making it more acidic. Ocean acidification makes it harder for corals and other organisms that depend on calcium carbonate, like crabs and mollusks, to survive. But don't worry, it's not all gloom and doom. You can lessen ocean acidification by reducing carbon emissions. Consider driving less, using less AC, and eating local fruits and veggies. You can help keep corals healthy too. Just remember, don't step on the reef, don't break the reef, and do not take corals. Ocean acidification threatens our islands, but we can work together to help coral reefs resist these changes.
Welcome back. You're watching the Monday night edition of the Channel 2 News. One important program by DLNR is beach monitoring. DLNR monitors a land program 6 days of the week with workers from DLNR saving and counting turtles.
how many eggs they lay, how successful are those nests, because those turtles are more than likely to come back to us. And so only about 1 in probably 1,000 baby turtles actually survives. But it's important because they take a long time to mature, and they're basically the next generation that's going to come and nest on our island.
That's to get an up-to-date number of the turtle population and whether they are male or female.
We're also we're going to be looking at temperatures of nests, because that influences the sex ratio of the hatchlings that come out of the nest, and therefore with higher temperatures it's a higher female sex ratio. And so if males become rare in the ecosystem, that can impact whether they can continue the population, or how hard is it to, find a mate. Is that mate, viable? So how many hatchlings, come out of that nest? How many eggs fail to hatch? And that also has to do with temperature, humidity. And so we're starting to, not only monitor them, but increase our knowledge in how the climate is impacting the turtles themselves.
Guam says it has a drug problem. The federal government disagrees. The KUAM News team reports.
Hafa-day CNMI, here's what's making news on Guam. Few would argue that Guam's got a drug problem, but our bid for a high-intensity drug trafficking area designation has just been denied by the federal government. And so Governor Leon Guerrero says now it's back to the drawing board. Nestor Lecanto reports.
The application that was submitted in the previous administration has been denied, and we sort of expected that. There were some challenges in terms of how the structure should be done.
The governor was notified in a letter from the national director of the HIDTA program, who wrote that, among other things, Guam did not demonstrate that it is a significant center of illegal drug production, manufacturing, importation, or distribution. The governor disagrees and says they plan to reapply.
The lieutenant governor has, within the last several months, been working with the AG to resubmit in this coming cycle again another application to be designated a HIDTA region. So it is very important. As you know, we have a big incidence of drug addiction here.
She said the chances should be bolstered by partnering up with the CNMI and Hawaii. Under a HIDTA designation, an executive board is established made up of local and federal law enforcement and qualifies the area for federal grants and other funding.
And also being recognized here and being able to then provide more attention and more, again, resources from a federal level.
The program is run by the Office of National Drug Control Policy. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
As part of a 500-year-old voyage, the Spanish Navy frigate Mendez Nunez recently ported at Naval Base Guam. The ship is retracing Magellan Elcano's circumnavigation of the world from 1519. The commanding officer, Commander Antonio Gonzalez del Tanago de la Lastra, said Guam is one of the many important ports to visit from Magellan's mission of sailing eastward from Spain to discover a sea route to the East Indies. De la Lastra said at the time they were able to survive and continue the trip because they found Guam and were able to resupply. Magellan was unable to complete his mission during the exploration. He was killed in the Battle of Macatan in 1521. Spanish explorer Juan Sebastian Elcano completed the voyage. Stay connected via our KUAM Mobile News app. Follow us on any of the social media platforms and sign up for our weekly email newsletter, KUAM Digital Digest, on KUAM.com. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Adriana Cotero.
All right, coming up, a truly grassroots, from the ground up league of their own. We'll have that story next in the KSPN2 Sports Report.
Faster, easier to use. With live TV, recordings, video on demand, and streaming apps, all in a single place. When you're looking for something new, Recommendations are tailored to you. Voice-powered personalized results to find what you want faster. And the unlimited potential of smart home. The new experience from TiVo is here.
Good evening and welcome to Channel 2 Health Talk. I'm Dr. Tony Stearns of Marianas Medical Center. As parents, when our kids come down with a cold or the flu, our first instinct is try to find an immediate cure, something to ease their pain in some way. Quick fixes are not always the best solution, though, when it comes to our children's health. For parents and all caregivers, I have an important message from the Food and Drug Administration, or the FDA, about cough and cold medicines. Last week, the FDA published a statement warning parents against giving non-prescription cough and cold remedies to children under the age of 2 because of possibly life-threatening side effects. These widely available, commercially sold medicines, which treat the symptoms and not the underlying condition, have not been shown to be safe or effective in children under the age of 2. The popular cold remedies include decongestants, expectorants, antihistamines, cough suppressants, and other cold medications. The FDA said a variety of rare but potentially serious side effects may result from the use of these types of products. These side effects may include convulsions, rapid heart rates, and decreased level of consciousness. Please make sure to consult with your family physician before providing any over-the-counter medications to children under the age of 2. Thanks for joining me. I'm Dr. Tony Stearns of Marianas Medical Center. Please join me again next week and have a healthy week.
Buenas sports fans. Buenas sports fans, the Saipan Baseball League is racing toward a conclusion. The CK Bears are in the driver's seat for the pennant. Saturday, they gave a very young Blue Jays team a chance in a league that's looking very different than it used to.
This field has provided many memorable moments since it was built in 1982. 36 years of highlights for so many. Over 3 generations now, grandfathers watching their grandsons play right here on the very field where they competed, bringing the feeling of nostalgia of those prime of lifetimes. Palacios Field never looked better than it did in 2006 for the Micronesian Games. Tom McDonald from Lau Lau Bay Golf Resort gave the grass a professional look. Oceania baseball officer Ray Brown ensured that the entire stadium was in tip-top shape according to official rules and regulations. That was the field in its finest condition and baseball at its highest popularity. This is the field now. Saturday morning for a Saipan Baseball League game between the pennant-winning CK Bears and the very young Blue Jays. That's Noel Cabrera, the Jays' starting pitcher. Lanky lefty J.J. LaFoy dealing for the defending champions. Name of the game is strikes, gotta have them. Showed Taguchi didn't see any, so he trots to first. Furlong Camacho, he'd rather walk than run any day. So, off of this bench in the dugout goes manager Henry downtown Casper Lizama to settle down as southpaw. Did his words of wisdom pay off? No, and the Jays had 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out. Where's he going anyway? Got a runner on third.
Let's go, Nelly.
Oh, walk the bases loaded.
Hey, good block.
Nobody out.
Good pitch!
Angel Palacios fires home. Peyton Lizama fires to third, a twin killing a pitcher's best friend. A heads-up play by the first baseman, who's also one of the league's finest hitters. And then Peyton guns down Cody Freeman. Oh, not sure what he's doing over there. Bailing out LaFoy and making downtown happy guy. Even happier than he was before, and he's always happy. Kiku Lizama and the CK Bears come from behind to win this game. Their 8th victory in 9 tries.
Well, the Old Aces Alumni Basketball League is underway for players of all ages and abilities. With 3 divisions, let's take a look in at a U15 co-ed game.
In the newly renovated, added gym, the floor has been painted with the no-slip paint, and the vents are sealed, so it is dry, and that's a big improvement. Old Aces alumni making that happen as the gym has no money. At least young players are now able to work on skills like shot blocking. Old Aces Pakeju in red versus the Old Aces Pafao. Aaliyah Fernandez misses, but her teammate with no number follows up. Oh, these kids haven't had much opportunity to play in leagues, especially the girls, so this opportunity is most welcome. As you can see, play was a little ragged. That's to be expected as these youngsters get playing time and experience. How else? Oh, there's a nice play. Kina Rangamar gets the inside position to score. Pafao outshoots Pakeju in this season tip-off.
Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw!
Let's roll at Gold's Gym Saipan with group exercise for every body. Total Resistant Exercise, or TRX, helps develop your core and improve strength. And Zumba toning is probably the funnest way to get fit. The Shake Cafe is a great place to stop by for a meal replacement or supplements. Today is the first day of the rest of your life.
Traveling or laying over on Guam? Don't wait around. Zip into Guam Adventures Zipline Park inside the Hilton Resort and Spa. Guides will take you through a series of zips, starting with a mountain course and then zip over the ocean with spectacular views of Tumon Bay. 6 zip lines in all deliver a thrilling experience, and it's family friendly, so bring the kids ages 6 and up. You'll love the security of double lines and a new braking system to make riding smoother. The towers are named after the islands in the Marianas. We call it the Island Hopper. Your guides will teach you what you need to know to soar through the jungle with a bird's eye view. Best of all, for residents of Saipan, Tinian, and Rota, you can book this experience at 20% savings. Log on to GuamAdventures.com and during checkout, use offer code HAFA20. Book it and zip it today. We'll even pick you up.
Today's high temperature was 88, the low 79, heat index 103, humidity 75%. Tomorrow, partly sunny, isolated showers, possible thunderstorms. In fact, we had some here in Susupi this afternoon. Light and variable winds, high 88, low 78, seas 3 to 4 feet. Sunrise 6:06 in the morning, followed by a low tide at 9:26, high tide at 4:53, and then hopefully a beautiful sunset at 6:12. And boy, was there a green flash this weekend. One of the best ever.
I tell you, the weather cooperating, you saw the submarine story that we did.
What a difference. If you'd shot that today, it wouldn't have been so nice.
Well, no, this is what I'm about to tell you.
Oh.
We did shoot it today.
Oh.
This morning was raining like crazy.
Yeah.
And the submarine guys were calling and they were upset because you saw some drone shots in there. You can't fly the drone in the rain. But we get out there and the Saipan, I told the submarine guys, I said, I think it's going to be okay. And we got out there, got some nice sunshine.
Wow.
The guys had a fabulous time, and you know, the idea is to show the Skymark executives some of the top things that that tourists can do here in the islands, and so they were real happy. And then as soon as they got off, maybe an hour later, it started raining like crazy again. So we got a little bit lucky with the weather today.
This is the definition of scattered showers. There's a shower here and a shower here and a shower there, and like you were right in the middle of it for a while. Very lucky.
I have one question before we go, Bob. What is the difference between partly sunny and partly cloudy?
They're the same. It's 30 to 70% coverage.
So you
They're
could say either one.
interchangeable. Yeah, because when it's partly sunny, you got some clouds, and when it's cloudy, it's sunny.
So it just depends. You don't want to do it.
It's part and part.
All right. That is news, sports, and weather on this Monday in the Commonwealth. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Good night.